They're not going to prove a capital. It just can't do it.
Only on Fox, the defense for a man charged with capital murder in the killing of a Harris County deputy is responding to the scrutiny around the defendant's release.
And we told you how Draymond Francis was the first person to make bond for this charge in decades here in Harris County. Fox 26's Abigail Dye brings us both sides with this exclusive interview here today.
Anthony, it was just a few days ago that I was standing here in front of the Harris County Courthouse telling you about this historic release. But this suspect's defense attorney tells me that he was always entitled to this bond, and he doesn't think that the evidence matches these charges. Wednesday, Draymond Francis was released from jail after posting $1 million bond, $500,000 for tampering with evidence, and $500,000 for capital murder in the July killing of Harris County Deputy Fernando Esqueda.
I think it's a slap in the face to law enforcement.
In July, Ronald Palmer is accused of shooting Deputy Fernando Esqueda to death while Esqueda was investigating him in an unmarked vehicle. Records say Francis was there, though his attorney says he wasn't. Records say Palmer gave Francis the murder weapon to dispose of. Both suspects were charged with capital murder. Francis later hired an attorney. You get hired in August. What's your first move? What do you do with this case?
My first move was to try to get him a bond.
Sam Kamak says Francis has been bond eligible since July and is lawfully entitled to a bond that isn't excessive. Francis is the first defendant to post bond for this charge in 2 decades, according to Harris County records.
There's a lot of $1 million bonds on capital murder cases. People just don't make them. And Mr. Francis's family made the bond for Mr. Francis. I think what a lot of people don't understand is that he's under 24-hour surveillance with GPS. He's under house arrest. He can't step out on his front porch.
Do you feel like capital murder is an appropriate charge?
I mean, for my client, I don't believe it's an appropriate charge. He was not a shooter involved in the shooting.
Some disagree.
You're complicit. It doesn't take away anything because you weren't the shooter.
What do you think the judge should have done?
If you have to give a bond, you could have given it astronomically high.
Bonds aren't supposed to be oppressive in nature, but the judge did her job.
Judge Hillary Unger is the judge who set the bond in this case. We reached out for a response to the criticism that she's received, and we received a response saying, while Judge Unger is prevented from speaking about this case and any others in her court, we are invited to court tomorrow to hear what she has to say, and also invited to request that transcript. So we'll keep on top of this case and bring you updates as we get them. Reporting live, Abigail Dye, Fox 26 News.